welcome to Career Guidance Table Talks, your ultimate guide to navigating a multitude of career paths post the 12th board exams. We have with us Dr. Chandra Bhushan Kumar, who is a dynamic and forward-thinking leader who is known for transforming bold ideas into actionable strategies that drive meaningful change. He is also the Dean of Training and Placement, and he has more than 2 decades of experience and professional expertise.
Thank you so much. So today we have a table talk on the topic of career guidance and the future ahead of new young generations. And this is not the talk, this is the sharing of our life experience, because madam has lots of experience in her field and me too. So both of us will be sharing the thoughts, idea, inspirations, motivations, and how to shape the career of young minds of today's generations.
So in this podcast, we are not only going to discuss traditional career options, which most of you are already aware of, but we are also going to look into emerging career paths and exciting opportunities for Gen Z and the Gen Alpha. So without further ado, let's dive right in.
India is the country of young minds, but all the educators' responsibility is to enhance the career path and give the guidance to the young minds nowadays.
Sure.
So, it is good that you had accepted the invitation, and now on the table talk we are here to discuss the ideas, inspirations, motivations, and lots more in the next episode also for the students.
Yeah, and just to add to what you just said, sir, today's episode is going to talk about quite a few career options, but we can assure you that this is not a comprehensive or an exhaustive list. To know more, you will have to watch out for our future episodes where we're going to talk about other career options and how we can achieve them. But this is the first episode where we're going to talk about some of the possible career opportunities that a person, a learner who is a student right now can hope to aspire for.
Yes.
Shall we start with some of the traditional career paths that most people are aware of, albeit there can be a few newer ones or less common opportunities among those traditional career paths? Before we move on to the emerging career choices, how do you think? What do you think about it?
Yes, very well said, madam, right now. And as we see that nowadays 10th and plus 2 students are waiting for their bright future, right? So this can be the better vision that to provide to them, that they can choose the right career, right path, and they can build their future career. So
Yep.
I will just ask from you that what are the points, what are the ideas students have before choosing the career?
See, most people, most learners, at least if we talk about our times, I think we had a lot of confusion. But nowadays, students are generally really smart and most of them know what they want to do. But as experts, as somebody who has been a part of this industry for so many years, for decades, like you mentioned, I think we do come from a space where we are in a position to guide them. We cannot dictate, of course, that time is over, but we can always share options and people can opt for something that is closest to their heart or something that is close to their interest areas. Because at the end of the day, we don't just want them to get a good job, but we also want them to be happy doing that job.
Right. So as we see that if we go previously 20, 30 years back, so and we see that it was very not technological enhancement was very less, and
True.
nowadays the technological advancement are there, and people can see and watch online very good resources, but
Yeah,
without a career mentor it is not complete.
absolutely.
And yes, that's why we are here, and sometime in the coming days, if any students want to connect with us directly for career mentoring, they are most welcome, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yes, yes,
Not only do we have programs that can help them be better and be more employable, but of course, we also have a lot of career coaches or
yes,
counselors who can help them, guide them, listen to them, understand them, and then suggest the best course that they can opt for. So, yes, we definitely have all the help that a person can hope to get.
yes. As we see that, in fact, nowadays the very less student choose their career by their own. What people says, what relative says, what father says,
Yeah,
what newspaper says, what the media says, people runs
yeah,
behind that. So
true.
in fact, students must have the own interest of choosing the career. So what is your thought on this?
I think, like you rightly said, that it is very important to know what is your calling. I think a lot of young kids these days have already figured out what is it that they want to do when they grow up. But there are many people who still have not figured it out, and for them, we are here to support. And in today's episode, we are going to discuss a few career choices, and people are more than happy to research about that and find out if they like it, if it is something that they should be doing, not because the media says or parents say or relatives say or
Yes,
neighbors say, but because they want to do it, because they feel that they would be good at it, or maybe they have the skills to, to do a good job at it. So I think that is very, very important. These days, there are also a lot of psychometric tests and other kind of tests which a
yes,
student can take and figure out, whether
yes,
they're aligned to the left brain, whether they're aligned to the right brain, what kind of course or what kind of program would be a good fit for them. So there are a lot of opportunities these days which you and I did not have, which our parents did not have. But today's kids can avail of those opportunities and carve out a path for them, for sure.
perfectly fine. Yes.
Okay. And shall we move ahead to discussing these career choices now?
Yes. A few things just I would like to know and draw from your experience.
Sure.
That what is the role of communication in the any career?
Oh, I think communication is a skill that is essential as part of any career. Anything. You want to be a carpenter, you want to be a teacher, you want to be a doctor,
Yes.
you want to be a designer, you want to be an architect, you want to be a social media influencer, whatever it is that you want to do or be, you need to be able to communicate that. We as a species, human beings, love stories, right? We have grown up listening to stories from our grandparents, from our parents. These days, listen to stories on their iPads, on their handheld devices. But we love stories, right? And I think it is important to be able to tell your story to the world. Only then can people relate to you, or only then can people find you relatable or somebody who has a thing to say. So I think communication skills are absolutely important. It can be spoken skills, it can be written communication, but you do need to communicate. I mean, if you are somebody who is probably behind the camera, or who is somebody just, cooking and presenting your lovely dishes, you would still have to talk about your dish. Maybe you're verbally saying it, maybe you're writing it, but you're still conveying, you're still communicating in some form or the other. So I think communication skills is of utmost important, and it is important for everybody at whatever stage of your life you might be at. Be it an 8-year-old kid to a 60-year-old person who is looking for a career change, maybe, everybody needs communication skills to be able to tell and sell their story. So I think it's
tell
very
and sell.
important.
This is very nice quotation you had said, madam. Tell and sell, very well. So in fact, if we see that if power is there but bulb is not there, right? So without this bulb can't glow. Appearance of bulb without the power is not there. Similarly, you said that communication skills is like that.
Yeah.
So it shows the skills tell and sell, right?
Very important.
This is a very nice thought and idea and inspiration you have told. And in fact, apart of communication skills, students must have the core skills that in the subject skills. That obviously subject skills can be transformed by only the communications. What is in our mind, nobody knows unless we say that one, right?
Absolutely.
So a student is very brilliant but unable to express. So no one knows what is in his mind.
Yeah.
So perfectly that communication skills plays a very important role in the student's career.
Yeah.
And in fact, technical skills are very also important to apply the core skills like engineering.
Yes.
So engineering nowadays every students want to go to the engineering, right? And if we see that sometime our normal graduation is going to be lapsed. Many students are not moving forward over there. Lots of the opportunities are also there. But now a career tradition is that people used to move to the engineering field. Yes, of course, this is very required for the technical and technological enhancement. So there are, suppose one student now +2 completed, right? So now if they have the PCM, physics, chemistry, mathematics, so now they want to move to the engineering. And now engineering is not a single area, because computer science is there, AI is there, mechanical is there, civil is there, electronics are there, electricals are there, automobiles are there. There are various sectors are there. Now, as to how to choose the branches, this is very important for the students.
So from your experience, like you have decades of experience as in training and placement. So from your experience, what do you think, like what helps students to choose which stream, like once they've done their engineering, which major, or like what helps them to choose that?
Perfectly. So area of interest. One thing is that area of interest. If I want to become a software developer, then I must choose a computer science. If I want to go to the industry, manufacturing industry, then electrical, mechanical can be there. And if a person want to go to the construction, interest are in the construction, then they can choose the civil engineering, like that. So these are the various things a student must think before choosing the branches. Otherwise ऐसा होता है ना कि बाद में 1 साल के बाद पता चलता है कि मैंने क्या ले लिया, राइट? सो ऐसा होता है, कभी कभी ऐसा होता है। फर्स्ट ईयर में तो सबका समान होता है, ऑल सब्जेक्ट्स आर इक्वल फॉर द फर्स्ट ईयर, बट व्हेन दे गो टू द सेकेंड ईयर ना, देयर कोर ब्रांचेस कम्स,
Correct.
And institution also should play the important role to choose the student's career and branches. There should be proper counseling at the college level, because they do not study those subjects only, but their life depends on that courses, because ultimately they are going to get the job that courses from that courses only. So it should not be like that कि ये हमने क्या ले लिया, हमें तो ये नहीं लेना था, हमें तो कुछ और ही लेना था. So this,
और अगर ऐसा होता है तब क्या करते हैं बच्चे कि गलती से कुछ और ले लें?
If it happens in the first year, in the pre-stage, it is good that they can change the branch in the second year.
Okay, right.
अगर second year में जाने के बाद अगर बच्चे एक साल हो जाने के बाद बच्चे सोचते हैं कि नहीं हमें ये नहीं लेना चाहिए, then it is very difficult. It is very difficult to switch the branches. But now, very important thing I am telling to you, right? Mercedes Benz, right? It has very costly car, right?
True.
Why it is costly? Because all the branches are merged together.
Interesting.
Mechanical is there, automobile is there, electronics are there, electricals are there, computer science is there, AI is there, sensor is there. Every engineering is in the Mercedes Benz.
Right.
That's why their cost is in the crores.
Correct.
So every branch people now it is mechatronics. No branch is there right now. Every branch has to work together. Computer science is what? Not only software. This is driven from the electrical. This is from the electronics, right? And if we see that computer is there, computer is designed by the mechanical engineer, the drawing, the architecture, manufactured by the mechanical industries are there, right? So production is there. So now after that, at the end, all the branches comes together and it becomes a computer.
Correct.
Because in computer, chip is there, that is from the electronics. Power is there, that is electricals. That hardware is there, that is obviously this is hardware, and software coding is there. So nowadays, not a single branch is self
it's not autonomous. Yeah.
Are dependent on each other.
Absolutely.
Like that, what is IoT, robotics, what is this drone technology? It is mix of all the technologies. So now the students' mindset should be changed, that they have to learn everything. So now, even though if we see that in civil engineering, we are using drones, and people will see in civil engineering what drone can do. See, अगर कोई शहर में 100 मंजिला बिल्डिंग होता है, then they have to survey. They cannot go to the 100 like that 100 feet and they cannot see from the outside. Only drone can go and they can measure the things. So the civil engineer also has to know the drone technology and operation of the drone technology, like that.
Yeah.
So but the core things are there. That interest of students must lie what they do. इंटरेस्ट होना चाहिए,
बिल्कुल, बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है.
Yes, इंटरेस्ट होना जरूरी है. And most of the students they think that sometimes I can do something, sometimes I do something, but in fact the core inspiration for the student will be there. First they should complete the course syllabus. It is very core, and to pass all the subjects with a good grade is the first motto, first goal of a student. कोई भी सब्जेक्ट लें, किसी भी इंजीनियरिंग फील्ड में जाए, कोई भी ब्रांच लें, डज नॉट मैटर. नॉलेज होना जरूरी है, सिलेबस कंप्लीट होना जरूरी है, because if syllabus they do not know, how they cannot carry the book in the industry. They cannot keep the book 24 into 7. They cannot go to the motion chapter. This machine is not running, so I should see the chapter and formulas. No, not at all. उनको सब्जेक्ट जानना जरूरी होता है, उनको नॉलेज होना चाहिए, स्किल्स होना चाहिए. यस, practical skills are very important. Every student must do internships.
Correct.
So internship is very important. Apart of that, to crack the interview, they must know GTPI skills. As you are the expert of GTPI and CV making
resumes,
like that.
Yes.
So I want to know that what is the role of CV, because CV resume is the very important to go to the interview. When they finish the courses, then in the final year they are going to appear the interview. Perfectly fine.
Yes, absolutely.
So what is the role of a CV or resume for a student?
So let me give you a normal example. Like before we buy any product, before we go to a shop to buy a product, we either have seen an ad, maybe on a television, maybe in the newspaper, maybe on social media. We see the ad, maybe we like it, or maybe we have heard from a friend or a relative or a neighbor that, this product works well, functions well. And then we go and want to buy that product. Similarly, your CV is your ad. It's your advert, basically. Before you are being called for the interview round, your CV is doing the talking. Yes. Your CV is a snapshot of who you are as a person, as a student, maybe, or what kind of person you will be if you are employed with XYZ organization. What kind of, what values are you going to bring to the table? How are you going to help that organization grow? Like snippets of that should be evident in the resume. The resume is going to do your bidding in a way, right? Even before you get that call. So your resume has to be sharp, it has to be clean, and it does not need to be flashy and colorful and all of that, but it needs to have all the essential information that tells the interviewer that you are the right fit for that position. So your CV has to do a lot of talking even before you get to physically be there in the room and do the talking for yourself, before you can sell yourself as a product to the organization. Your CV is doing that first. So it is the first step. So of course, it is extremely crucial that our cover letter or our supporting statement or our CV are very neatly organized. All the highlights, all the accomplishments, everything needs to be mentioned there. Of course, you will have failures, and you do get a chance to talk about your failures and how you have reversed that maybe, or what kind of lessons have you learned out of it, perhaps. So all those things are extremely essential. Many interviewers are also interested to know what hobbies you have. So that kind of gives us an insight into what is it that you like to do beyond the working hours or the hours that you're studying. So it gives us an insight into knowing the person that you are, beyond the certificates, beyond the scores, beyond the grades. Because a lot of times those hobbies, they can also add a lot of value to the job that you're applying for. So, for example, let's say I'm applying for the position of a teacher, and I mentioned that one of my hobbies is, cooking, maybe. Now, you might feel, what has teaching got to do with cooking? Well, if you really think, both the skills need quite a good amount of creativity and innovation. The ability to think on your feet if something is going wrong. Like if you suddenly realize कि यार ज़्यादा नमक हो गया खाने में, अब मैं इसको परोस नहीं सकती. What can I do to salvage it at that point in time? Guest आने वाले, खाना तो परोसना ही पड़ेगा. अब उस टाइम पे मैं ऐसा क्या कर सकती हूँ that I can turn it around. So similarly, as a teacher, I will also have to think on my feet in a classroom. I expect the class to go in a certain manner, but there is one student who loves to disturb the rest of the class, and I did not think about it. Now I have to think about it. So when you are choosing your hobbies or your interest areas, try to smartly choose them so that it also aligns with the main job that you're applying for. Maybe there are certain sub skills that match, that align together. So that can also be very smartly crafted. So I think that is also very, very crucial.
Yeah, so as you said that CV or resume is the replica of a person, right?
Yeah.
And in fact, everything in the CV must be very objectiveful.
Sure, of course.
And what person is should be in the CV, right?
Yes, yes,
And
absolutely.
I believe that whatever they write in the CV, they must express in the interview, right?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. You can't be lying. You can't do that.
Yes.
Because when they're asking you questions, they will have the CV in front of them. So they will ask you to justify most
Yes.
of the things that you have mentioned. Like you mentioned that I accomplished this. Maybe I want to know the background story. Like, how did you accomplish that? What was the story? What did you have to go through before you accomplished it? So again, coming back to stories.
Yes.
We have to be ready with our stories. Yes.
So we are going, in fact, very deep, and we have started from the career options. Now we are reaching to the job perspectives. Obviously,
they're all connected. They're all related.
Yes, all are connected, because admission to examination to result to the career. They add career to the job. A job to the happy life, right?
Yes.
So this is the fantastic, but students must have to go through the various parameters and that examinations process, assessment process, but that must be a good guide.
Of course. We all need mentors in life, I think.
Yes.
We all do. Yeah.
Yes. So mentoring and motivating students is very important, and we may also sometime mentoring session to the parents also, because parents are the most important at ghar. Everything good thing starts from the home only, right?
Most of the times, yes.
Yes. So that parenting is also important, because parents must know how to guide, mentor, to their kids. Fantastic. So it seems very good, fantastic, motivating, inspiring, meaningful discussion today, and I hope the viewers can have the best out of it, and यहाँ से उनको बहुत सारे नॉलेज मिले होंगे, स्टूडेंट्स भी होंगे, पेरेंट्स भी होंगे, और जो अपकमिंग करियर को बनाना चाहते हैं वो भी यहाँ होंगे, तो उनको ये जरूर महसूस होगा कि हाउ टू चूज अ करियर, एंड करियर चूज करने के बाद उन्हें क्या करना चाहिए, फिर से उन्हें जॉब में जाने के लिए इंटरव्यू स्किल सीखना जरूरी है, और इंटरव्यू सीखने के इवन इफ वी सी दैट लाइफ इज अ लर्निंग.
Absolutely, it doesn't stop.
But it does not mean that learning is at the every step, but up to the certain time हमें सीख लेना होता है किसी काम को करने के लिए.
बिल्कुल.
So the 4 years of a BTech career, 4 years means 40 years. If they learn well 4 years, they can enjoy 40 years.
Yeah.
So this is the mantra that all students have to take that one in their life, and move it forward with them. So now next in the next episode we can come up with more prospective topics
Absolutely.
on mentoring and interview skills and
Mm-hmm.
rest other part of the career objectives like that, right?
Sure, we can also help them with some of the career choices that not everybody is aware of or not everybody is thinking about. We still have a lot of people who are only sticking to the traditional career choices, but there can be a lot more
Yeah,
done,
so
like you
just
mentioned.
I will just
Yeah,
hold you middle of that. You said
no
that
problem.
traditional career choice. What is this?
Sorry?
You said right now traditional career choice.
So, like, we know that most people in the past would either opt for a teaching job or a doctor profession, or they would just want to be an engineer, not knowing, like you specified, the different streams and the importance of each of those different branches of engineering. So, a
Yes.
lot of people in the past were not aware of those different branches. They just knew that, oh, they wanted to be an engineer, but what they were not aware of. So, I think right now we have growing awareness about the different branches, the different streams, not only in engineering but also in all the other professions, all the other traditional professions, be it teaching, be it medicine, be it pharmacy, be it law, for example. But the growing awareness is also helping not just the learners, but it is also helping the coaches, the mentors, the guides to be able to prepare better so that they are not stuck. If you remember, I was asking you कि क्या होता है अगर फर्स्ट ईयर के बाद किसी को पता चलता है कि
Yes.
यार ये तो मेरे लिए नहीं है. So that those problems do not occur, it is important that we are better prepared. So I think it is, things are changing. I mean, people are also getting smarter by the day. There are a lot of information available nowadays. So people are doing their research. But coming back to the same point, it is always good to be mentored, to be guided by an expert who has seen, who has experienced what it is like, to go through this grilling and grueling process. So hence, people like you, people like me, we come to the fore and we try to help with our little experience and expertise so that students don't suffer later on.
Fantastic. Yes. So hopefully these all the discussions of both of us might be fruitful for the viewers.
Sure.
And thank you, madam, for being here.
Thank you. Thank you,
And
sir.
sharing your knowledge. As we see, this is a platform. Suppose if we count and add together of experience, it can become more than 40 years like that. So this is not of experience here. We are explaining and
Yeah.
expressing of individual. This is the
Yeah.
platform of combining experience of both of us, and it
Yeah.
is becoming more than 40 years means
True.
yes, a complete professional
Yeah.
life.
Yeah. True that. True that.
So that is we are bringing very knowledgeous and very important points for the young generations, for the young minds. Ultimately they are the nation builder, right?
True that. Absolutely.
And our responsibility is to make students, young minds generous, productive, and happiest mind.
Yes, absolutely.
So let us continue
Absolutely.
together next episode, and
Sure.
we'll surely explore in the next episode what we are bringing for our young minds.
Yes. Thank you very much for your valuable insight, sir.
You too, madam.
I'm sure listeners would be deeply, not only will they have an insight into the changing job landscape, but also the fact that the kind of preparation that is required to be a good fit for that changing landscape. So, thank you
Obviously,
so much for all those
obviously,
valuable
madam. And
points.
one point I would like to add:
Sure.
we are not here only for the young minds and students, but we
Yeah.
are also here for the professionals.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Because, like we were saying at the beginning, that, a lot of people also want to change their careers after some point in time, or somebody who may have opted for a job but is not very confident about doing it, or probably is not very happy doing it. So I think this platform is for all of them who needs some kind of motivation, who needs some kind of guidance, somebody to
Yes,
show the right path, to show the light, and some advice, that we
yes,
come with based on our experience and our expertise, something that we can help them with, something that we can support them with, so that they find, so that they don't feel that they are left alone or they don't have anybody to turn to. You and I will always be there for all those young minds, not just students, but also those young professionals or whoever needs to hear this, whoever finds value in this. This is going to be for all of them.